Colleagues, thank you very much. I haven't prepared a presentation as I was requested to convey the opening remarks, and my aim is actually to promote all the wonderful work done under this program. Prison is somehow family, and it's also great to see that we have colleagues from a broad variety of geographical areas here. For instance, my dear colleague Arshak Kasparian, I met him many years ago in Armenia, and I know that he is now with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime in Central Asia. So to start with, we could welcome our colleague Arshak and ask him also to promote all the great work done under this program in Central Asia. What works in Europe potentially could also work in Central Asia. Again, I would like to express my gratitude to Richtungswechsel Interchange and CPIP for the kind invitation. It's an honor to be here with you today to discuss a topic that is critical for the sustainability of our prison services, but also essential for the people working in our prisons, the workforce. We will discuss recruitment, training, and also retention of prison officers through effective mentoring programs. We would all agree that prison officers are at the very heart of the justice system. They are not merely enforcers of order and good order and control, but also key facilitators of rehabilitation, security, and change. However, across many jurisdictions, we see growing challenges in recruiting and retaining these dedicated professionals. High turnover rates, demanding work environments, and the lack of structured support make it sometimes unfortunately difficult to sustain a resilient and well-equipped workforce. This is unfortunately evident in many jurisdictions, at least in Europe, but I have also indicators that this is the case in other jurisdictions around the globe. But this is not only a matter of staffing, it's about the human element in correctional facilities, where officers' ability to build relationships and provide guidance can shape the trajectory of those in our care. One of the most effective, yet often underutilized strategies for improving recruitment and retention is mentorship programs for prison officers to have these kind of mentoring programs in place. Mentorship is more than a support mechanism. It's a transformational tool that could shape the confidence, competence, but also the career trajectory of prison officers. And there's a great deal of research that shows that structured mentorship leads to higher retention rates, better professional development, a stronger institutional culture, which is so important because we work sometimes on the dark side of the moon. And a good mentorship program is also beneficial for the overall effective rehabilitation outcomes we are aiming for. In fact, studies indicate that retention rates among officers participating in structured mentoring programs are up to 90% higher than those entering through the ordinary standard pathway. You will also receive all these documents from Tamara, I'm pretty sure, after this meeting. But imagine you invest time to train officers to work under sometimes very harsh conditions in prison, and out of 100, you have 90% more dropouts. So this is also an economical factor. Mentoring pays out at the end, that you have the workforce in your institutions, which you need. And I speak with a certain deal of personal experience because I was trained one day, long time ago, to become a prison officer. When I was newly recruited, I walked into an environment which was unlikely for me. I have never experienced such an environment before. You feel a kind of pressure, you feel a kind of responsibility, of course, and every day is not predictable. You experience every day new things. These challenges can be overwhelming for individuals starting a career in prison. So having an experienced mentor to guide, support, and reassuring your officers is invaluable. It could be the difference between feeling lost and feeling empowered. And one striking example is, of course, the mentoring prison officers model as developed through Unlock Graduate, which is actually the core of the deliberations within the next hour. This mentoring approach played a pivotal role in guiding and supporting new recruits, helping them build the resilience and bringing them the expertise needed to thrive in a challenging prison environment. By offering simple, structured support, mentors help to bridge the gap between theory and practice, also ensuring that new officers can grow into their roles with what we need: confidence. According to the Unlocked Insights Bulletin, 95% of these MPOs reported that the role significantly enhanced their ability to positively impact the prison service. So again, a great deal of evidence that these programs pay out. One particularly inspiring model that has demonstrated tangible success is, this is not a surprise, the Unlocked Graduates Program, a leadership development program in England and Wales that recruits and trains top graduates to work as prison officers. While the core focus is on leadership, the structured mentoring framework is embedded within this model. This includes, to start with, a rigorous selection process and training of these mentors, a positioning of mentors externally for an objective guidance, but it fosters also peer-to-peer learning and is prioritizing mental well-being and emotional intelligence, which comes sometimes too short in our hard, sometimes too male-dominated world. These factors not only benefit new officers, but also contribute to a healthier, more motivated workforce. And again, surveys produced from Unlocked participants show that 87% rated their mentoring support as excellent or good. So 87 out of 100 made a very clear statement that they have benefited from this mentoring approach. So by incorporating elements of this model, other prisons can enhance their onboarding, training, and retention strategies in a structured and measurable way. Again, a shout out to Central Asia. Look closely what Richtungswechsel and Interchange and CPIP have done in Europe. Because this is a scalable solution, one that can be adapted and implemented across different systems and regions. And the PRISGRAD project has also worked to define essential core competencies which are required for successful mentorship programs. And these competencies have ensured that mentors are not just experienced officers, but also effective leaders and role models. And the key competencies, to put it in a nutshell, include strong communication skills, the ability to convey guidance clearly and empathically, fostering trust and professional development. Emotional intelligence and resilience are close connected. Understand the challenges faced by new recruits help individuals to navigate stress while maintaining their own well-being. But also a certain degree of operational expertise and practical knowledge is desired in order to support the mentees. And we need commitment to professional development. We have to encourage continuous learning and career progression for mentees, ensuring long-term retention and professional growth. I mentioned it, I started my career in 1997 as a prison officer. I worked in daily operations in prisons, and I was granted a scholarship to climb the ladder to become a prison director later, which I highly value. And I want that my workforce and my prisons have the same pathways and career opportunities also in the future. Ethical leadership is also a core component, setting high ethical standards and fostering a culture of integrity, accountability, and professionalism grounded in the international standards and norms which are so close to our heart, like the European Prison Rules or the Nelson Mandela Rules. So these competencies, when integrated in a structured mentoring framework, significantly improve retention, job satisfaction, and last but not least, performance. They also contribute to an environment where officers are not just staying in the jobs, but they like their jobs. What could we ask for more? Ladies and gentlemen, investing in mentorship programs is not just about improving recruitment numbers in terms of quantity. It's about creating a resilient, motivated, and skilled workforce that upholds the integrity of our justice systems. I would shout out to policymakers, prison administrators, and stakeholders to use these mentoring approaches available and to implement the Unlock Graduates program and build upon the experiences made under the PRISGRADS program. And this is not only lip service. In my humble position in Germany, I try to promote this work as much as I can, because I believe in the impact a correctional system where officers feel valued, supported, and prepared, make meaningful contributions to our work. And this is what we are all aiming for. So together, I believe that we can create an environment where prison officers are empowered, supported, and retained, ultimately leading to safer and more rehabilitative correctional facilities. We have the tools available, we have the knowledge and the evidence, and so now it's time to act. Here I will also thank the European Union for the funding of this important project. And I like also to thank once again our host, Richtungswechsel Interchange in CPAC, for putting up all this important work. I thank you now for your attention and wish you fruitful discussions and hand it over back to the chair.